Hey, welcome to Building Subzila. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, what you're going to learn about is doing some racking system. I'm going to put some drawers in a slide out rack. Now, why do you need these? It helps organize stuff for putting tow straps, jumper cables, chains, tools, whatever else you want to do. You can put underneath these drawers that I'm going to put in here, and it works perfect for storage. There's aftermarket stuff you can buy if you got lots of money, right? And that's gonna be the big factor for me. It's making sure that it's cheap because I am cheap. So they have a slide out thing that you can do. If you ever watch Merrick's Garage, he has one that he purchased, right? It's a big metal one, very strong. I mean, that's a great option if you can afford it. But I like to spend my money on other stuff. There's nothing wrong with buying one, but today I'm gonna show you how to build one. Hopefully it goes well. We'll find out because I don't really know what I'm doing. So that just also goes to prove you can do stuff if you just give it a shot. Just kind of make it up and go along. So what materials you need? I'm going to be using just plywood, screws. I am going to lose some. I am going to order some drawer slides that will pull out, and they're supposed to support 400 pounds. So that's the building list. So first, you got to go get you some plywood. Let you go. Ready? All right. So getting the drawers set up is a big step for me. That's part of the whole plan I've got going. As you can see, I've already built the speaker boxes. So I got the speaker boxes all set up. Working on getting those put up. They're setting in. I've got this one already painted a little bit. As you can see, I put some paint on it. Decided that is not the path I want to go with just regular paint. So I got some Herculiner, and I'm gonna cover this all up in bed liner stuff. So another good thing about Herculiner is it's waterproof. So even though I'm gonna put the wood back here, have these drawers, if we get a little weather, a little bit of something coming in, that Herculiner will protect that, right? So it's gonna keep the wood in good shape. See, that's a yeah, I recording, got cars going by all day, so if y'all got some noise in there, sorry about that. But let's get started on a little bit of this. Got to take some measurements. I'm gonna walk you through the process, show you what materials to get, how to cut it, what you want to do, how it's going to work for me. We're going to figure it out as we go. I have not drawn this up. I hadn't put it on the plan, so you're kind of in the whole storming processing phase that I'm doing here right now. We have, between these boxes, we got 48 inches. All right, so we got 4 foot between it. The depth I'm going to go all the way to the back of this seat, so about an inch before this seal plate, or right at the seal plate is, what's that? Excuse me. Gotta get these on. Now we can to it. So, to the back of this seat, where the seat bracket is, I've got 63 inches to the back of that. Now, the problem is, when I try to reach around that seat over the top of this box, if I build it right there, that seat leans back. So I got to back that up a little bit. And I believe where I had measured that was 44 foot 8 inches, I think is what I was going to try and do. So let me jump up here. Let's check this one more time. Got my handy dandy little piece of wood here. That should be enough to reach around the seat. That should be enough that I can get between that seat and the box as it gets built, because the spare tire is going to be sitting right here. It still leaves me plenty of cargo space. So to go to the back of here to that, we are at 4 feet 5. So let's go 4.5 feet. I'll make it 1 extra inch. I think I can still reach around that. I can still make that work. Yep. Let's go 4.5 feet. These tires. Woo, it's cold out here today, so I'm drinking coffee at the same time as it is cold out. These also make good stuff for that. So the storage, the slide out rack I'm gonna put in here. My tires are 36.5, so if I put the tire right up against that, which would be the back of the seat somewhere, 36.5. That still leaves me, 18 inches of cargo that I can set something back here on. And of course, you got around the sides, that kind of stuff. So let's go and cut some wood, do a little bit of work on that. I think what I might have to do, I'm gonna get it set up in here, bolt it down. I got places right here where the old seat bracket was, where I can bolt that in there and make that work. So that'll hold the plywood down, the plywood base. Then I'm gonna put sides on it to come up. It'll bolt to this. Screw it down so it keeps the speaker boxes where they're not gonna move anymore. I'll hold all that stuff still. Then I'm gonna put one down the middle so that I have drawers that can slide in and out. Put another piece of plywood on top of that, and that's my drawer system. Then the drawer system on top of that's where I'm gonna put the slide out, and it'll have, I think 2 of them should be sufficient. And they're gonna screw right into the side of the speaker box with a plate. I'm gonna put up another piece here somehow, I think. Check that out. We'll see how that works out. That way it can slide in and out, and helps give support, keeps everything from moving. It doesn't just rely on the speaker boxes, it'll have more to it. So let's see. How high do I want to make these drawers? I want to have like a 6-inch drawer. And the plywood I got, they were out of 3/4. But we're going to use 3/4 just kind of as a little guesstimation here. If I have the drawer 6 inches, it gives me another, it's going to be right here somewhere. Oh yeah, it'll work just fine. Perfect. So if it's going to come about halfway up here, somewhere in this area, and then it'll have a little 3 inches, I think, is how wide those hinges are. Right about here. And then I'll sit on top of that. So my slide out is going to be about this high-ish, somewhere in there. And I have big drawers that I can slide and pull out here. And this whole thing will slide out this way here. And that should give me plenty of cargo room. I can do anything I need. So let's start out by seeing this moved over last time when I went forward a little bit. The speaker box slides. So I really got to, when I put that in there, it's going to cram it and keep it moving. So let's go cut some wood. All right. Get my measuring tool. All right, so I went to Home Depot, as you saw. Took a little trip, took the dog and the kids, and picked up some plywood. This is, what is that? 5/8. So, was thought about getting 3/4, but 5/8 will work. Just measure it again. Yep, 5/8. This is 5/8 thick plywood. You want it to be strong enough. If you're worried about a lot of weight, you might want to go 1/2 inch, a little bit under, something like that. But I think this will be working great for me. So I'm gonna have to cut this though to, what we say, 4 foot 6 inches, right? Let's see if they got the width right on this first. All right, 48, good. You never know. You always want to double check stuff when you get it from the big box store. It should be good enough. Yep, 48. All right, so we need to come to this thing. I'm gonna need 2 of these to hold my drawer, right? So I got 3 sheets of plywood. I got three of these. They're like 23 bucks each. It's like 70 bucks for 3 sheets of plywood. Got to cut this up in my bottom. Then I got to cut a board 6 inches high to go across the back, or 6 1/4. We'll go 6 1/4. That way we've got room for the drawers to move a little bit. I'm gonna have to cut 1 to go across the back for the drawers to hit against in the back. I could leave it open, but I think I'm gonna put it in there to help strengthen the whole thing up a little bit. And I'm gonna put 1 down each side and 1 in the middle. And then I can sandwich that right on top. That'll be perfect. All right, let's cut this. Anytime you're cutting with one of these, you got to be very precise. All right. So there's one cut made. Now we got to cut another one. What did I say? 6 1/4, I think. Ooh, that does make a mess out here. That's the only part I don't like about working with wood. All this, what a mess. Can't stand working with wood. Got all in the back of my truck now. Gotta get my leaf blower out here in a minute. I'll fix that. Let's see. I think I might leave this sitting up here. Slide it back just a little bit. That's going to set right up in there perfect. Now let's grab this. All right. Set this up here. I'm going to cut us. And I'll be able to use this drop-off piece for center console. That's going to be another project. I got to build that center console. All right, so we're going to need to be 6 1/4. Let me grab my level real quick. That. Yeah, that's a good solid cut. So I just want to make sure it wasn't wobbled. So we need to do 4 foot 6 1/4. Not 4 foot 6, just 6 1/4. That should give plenty of room for the wood to move back and forth. Because this is going to go in between. It's going to sit on top of that and drop screws from one side. So let's go 6 1/4. Right. Now, after I cut this, it's still 6 1/4. It is. Holy crap. Oh my God. Oh my God. There we go. 6 1/4. All right. Now, that'll give us first start. There's another cut piece. Now, the question is, for these sides, I guess I got to cut a. They got to be 4 foot 6 inches. So I got to get a new sheet of plywood. So I don't need another one of those. So I need 3 of them, 6 1/4, 4 foot 6 inches. No, I do not need 4 foot 6 inches. Oh, almost messed up, y'all. Almost messed up. I do that sometimes. All right, so we know we don't need this. It's going to be a little less than 4 foot 6. All right, let me get this one up here and dump all this thing. Sawdust everywhere. Woohoo! All right, put this off to the side for a moment. Right. So, this going to get glued and screwed right here. And this will be the back of the drawers. This will be against the back of the seat, right? So now you got to take 5/8 of an inch off. And let's measure. I need 3 of them. They're going to be 53 1/4. So I need 3 of them set at 53 1/4, which will be 4 foot 5 1/4 inches. That'll be how long the inside of the drawer is. So that also lets me know when I cut my drawer piece. So I need to cut one at. I need to cut a piece that's 53 1/4. Yeah, and then I can cut strips out of it. All right, so 53 1/4. Let's do that. So now I need to grab me another sheet of plywood. We're going to throw it on here. Lay my bricks up out the way. I think I might put a new battery in here. Let's see. All right. This one is back. See, that one goes into the back. I can remember that. Set it over here. 48, that ain't gonna be enough. All right. Ooh. I'm gonna grab another sheet of plywood and put it on here. 53 1/4. I'm gonna cut this side because it's actually 7/8. It's not a full 4'6". I'm 1/8 inch short for the width of that blade. Wasn't thinking I cut it on the other side. I am not good with woodworking, but here I am doing this crazy project. So I'll let you know you can do it. I promise you can make one of these. This is not. If I can make one, we'll see how it works. If I can make one, I promise you can make one. Because I can't stand working with it. What did I say? 53 1/4? Right? Yeah. There we go. And I got a little piece of drop off here. Just run and cut that off right quick. Put that down. There we go. Alright. Now I gotta cut a few of these. Let's get this one here. Need 3 of these. Sit that on there. There we go. Alright, so I gotta cut 3 of these at 6 1/4. Take measure. Now, let's just take a quick look. This is what I'm talking about doing. Let's do the back. That. We're going to have one there. Yeah, they're all the same height. How about that? That's just not going to stay. Hey, it did. How about that? I'm going to put one right here in the middle somewhere. Like that. And then fell down. I'm not going to stay. It'll keep falling. But there you go. Now you get your point. They're a little bit crooked, but once I glue them and put them into place, fight them. So, that's what you're looking at right there. The drawer. Bit down. There we go. Okay, so from 5 minute ago concept, this is what we're gonna have: 6-inch drawer, and it'll slide in and out here with the top on it. It's very targeted to the top. That's gonna go on the back. Doesn't look like much now, and it's not much now. But I gotta go get some carriage bolts and some different screws. I got enough wood glue, so I'm gonna glue these and screw these from the bottom up, right? Then I can set this in the truck. From the bottom, I'll drill a couple little holes through here, give me some carriage bolts, and bolt this down to the floor so it doesn't move. And then I'll take screws into the side along here to screw this into those speaker boxes so they don't move. Lock that whole thing into place. Everything will be nice and solid. Nothing's going to move. Then I can put the top on here. Once I get the top on, then I can start putting put glue down, put the top on and screw it in, drill little holes and screw it in along here. And then that will be the drawer system done. Then I got to build the drawers. So that's probably what I could do with some of that. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. So we need to measure up this part, get the drawers centered, and then we'll be in business. All right, let me go. We need to cut the top. All right, now, while I have that other piece, I just thought about this. I do need to cut the sides for the drawers. So I got to cut 6 of those. 2 sides for each drawer. So 4 drawers. I got to cut 4 of them. That is the right length, 53 1/4. But the height will be, I'm gonna have a bottom piece, and then the sides I'm gonna screw it on top so it slides easy. I think that's it. Yeah, because that'll make it rigid if I put a bottom and then a drawer. That makes it a little bit more solid. All right, and we need to cut that. I need to give a little gap up here at the top, so the thickness there, thickness here. Let's go 5, and it might be a little bit. What are we looking at here? Let me come around this side. There we go. Now I can get down here where I can see too. All right, let's see. What am I actually going to cut this at? 5 3/8. 1, 2, 3. So 5 3/8. Then they need to be not 53 1/4. They need to be shorter than that. Oh, let's just set this up here just to make sure we got it right. Because that's what it'll look like, something like that. Let's get this all put it up. Here is the quick mock-up of what this is going to be. So here's the bottom one. I just cut. There's a piece of wood there at the bottom. And the drawers will go in here. So it'll be a little pocket for each drawer on each side with a center support. And then the top will slide in and out. So that part will slide in and out. And I'm going to have the little drawer slides. I think I'm going to put 4 of them. I'll put 1 on each side over here. Have a little bracket in between a piece of plywood and a little bracket between. So it'll be another sheet of plywood on the top. So I'm going to have 1, have a bottom piece, a top piece for the drawers, and then a sliding piece at the top. This one I may go back and get 3/4 just to make it a little bit stronger. So this 5/8 may not be. It should be strong enough. It's just to set stuff on top of. But then the slides will be right here, and this will all be screwed in the middle. Little screws coming in the little thing here, and then the slides in between on each side. Build like a little I-beam for it to set on, and then the sides over here have a slide there, and then a slide right there, so that it slides out, so it gives you support in the middle and on both sides. Don't really know if I need this middle one. I'm gonna have to think about that. It's just gonna be a spare tire, which is 110 pounds, whatever, with the wheels. To most your 37s would be around 75 pounds, maybe 80 pounds, depending on which brand of tire you get. I may run the same thing. I don't know. Just a spare. So, but it'll sit on top, and then whatever you put in there. So when it slides out, but these slides hold 500 pounds each. So the slides will be strong enough to support it. I just want to make sure we don't have no problems with it lifting up. And if it anchors down here, that should be pretty good. So they will bolt into the side. And of course the speaker boxes are, are here. And like right here, something like that. Sitting inside the truck. So you got a nice little speaker here, got a sub right there, but these will screw into the side like this, all the way down, and like this. So that should not go anywhere. Because all this is going to have plenty of screws in it to keep it all together. And it should not come out. I may even put glue in here when I slap it down. I might put a little glue on the sides or something just to help hold it a little bit better. But that's kind of the idea of what we're building, guys. Let's go on from here. Alright, so we got the 4 sides cut for the drawers. Or so you got 1 side for each one of the drawers here. I got the back piece, and then all 3 sides, and then I got the bottom and the top. So the drawer system is basically cut except for the drawers. I still have to cut, I got it hidden somewhere. Anyway, it got to be 20, the drawer bottom is going to be 22 3/4 by 53 1/4. So I got to cut 2 of those. And that's all I got left from the wood. From 3 sheets of plywood, that's my unusable drop off. Right, there's nothing I can really do with this to do anything further for the source. It's either not long enough, I can't get a 53 out of it, I can't quite get what I need out of there for length. Just not going to work. So plenty of them left, but I will use that for the center console. But I still need to grab one more sheet of plywood to be able to do the bottom of the drawers. And I can still use some of that for the back of the drawer. I hadn't cut that yet, the back and the front of the drawers. I still got to cut that. So let's move all this inside because it's about to get dark and I got to go drop the kids off. So now it's time to clean up and then I'll come back. Oh. Yeah. All right. Boom. There we go. We got our glue down the inside. That should hold it. I don't know if I should go ahead and put one screw on top of that or not, but I don't think I will. I think I might just leave it as it is. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. All right. Set this back over here for now against the fish tank. Okay, that's not bad. There it is. So there's my start of my drawers. Come back with